Hello, this is Whatcast, and I am Matt. Incredibly frustrating today. I was on TikTok 4 hours, right, which is a punishment in itself, and recorded a debate. Gas pressure appeared as usual, but there was other people jumping in. It was very lively, very, very heated. 2 hours of it, especially, the initial 2 hours I'm not even going to put up, but the most frustrating thing about it is the fact that so TikTok records the live for you, and you just download it afterwards, but it was completely messed up. There was no video to the last 2 hours, which was the important stuff, and there was all of the stuff I did get was all jumbled up and it wasn't synced up and everything. Really, really frustrating. I'm going to have to figure out a way to do this because I want to be doing these more. I'll probably have a screen record on my phone if I have to, just as a backup for the entire debates, or I'm trying to figure out a way how I can just record like this. So I'm on here with maybe another little window somewhere from my phone. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try and figure it out. I've got decent equipment here that I should be able to work it out with, but so the context of today was I just was bored, my day off work, so I went on to TikTok and done a debate. Well, done a topic, and obviously everybody gets triggered and it all kicks off. Obviously, there's some personal things between some of these people. I don't really get involved in any of that, but that all of that comes to light. Very, very heated. The guy, Gas Pressure, formerly Spurs Chemo, on YouTube was seemed to be in quite a bad mood. Intolerant, and just people gave it back, and it was pretty funny. We're talking about in it, there's people are sharing videos of curvature, etc. I tried to edit them in as best I could, but I've not been able to do it because it just would have took me hours and hours and hours, and because there's no video to most of it anyway, people will either be able to just live with that or they won't, regardless of how much work I put into it. So I figured just let it go. Anyway, I don't want to talk any longer to let this upload that's going to take forever anyway to get me on YouTube, this debate. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Let me know in the comments. Cheers. See ya after. Well, I won't see you after because I'm not coming back. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Subscribe, etc.
Savaloy.
All right, Gas.
How's it going?
I've been on it for 2 hours. Everyone was expecting you 2 hours ago, I think. No one else has come up.
Just getting up, late nights, watching those late night lives, you know.
What was you watching?
Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is your claim today?
I've got some great evidence. So usually, when the Americans show Earth from space, they use like a fisheye lens or a wide-angle lens, something to distort the images, right? So let me put my camera on here. So what I've got here is, this is from the Chinese space station, right? And let's take a look here. So they go up there and they show the Earth without all the like distortion, I think, right? Let's take a look. It's just about a minute long. So have a look at this, see what you make of this.
So they're doing a spacewalk.
Oh, did you see that? That was one image. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's waving. Another one from the side.
It looks convex to me, that one.
That one's a bit convex, yeah. But look at this one here, look.
Why is it though? If it's not a fisheye.
It's not. They're using a lens that's not what NASA uses, basically.
They're using the GoPro, are they? Guys, I can't believe you're presenting this as evidence. If I presented this as evidence and there was a curb, you'd say, "No, I sued you, a fisheye lens." So.
Yeah, but we've been told like why it curves like that. Yeah.
So where's this? What is the source of this evidence you've got here?
So this is from the Chinese Shenzhou 14 astronaut second spacewalk. Now look, Now, from one end, I'll tell you in a second. So basically, that's what it looks like from above, right? So when we look here, between this end, where is it? This end and this end is 2,000 miles. To the horizon is 1,000 miles.
It's obviously CGI gas pressure. Come on now.
I've invited the cameraman up to talk to you about this one.
Sure.
Nah, man, that's a wide
So
angle.
look, I took a screenshot of one image in particular. So look, now we can draw a straight line. Oh, where is it? Line. We can draw a line from one end to the other. Oh, straighten that up. Okay. That's 2,000 miles across of no obstruction. So that means this should help you out understanding why ships go over.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Mr. Sensible's video when he sent up that mage and the reference frame of the pulled string to show you what was straight and what wasn't?
Yeah, but he only went.
But
how high?
So I'm not accepting this then. You're not going to accept
how
that.
high. I'm asking how high did he go?
They overlaid the curvature of what it should have been at that height, and it matched completely what he filmed.
Yeah, but Mr. Sensible only went like 100,000 miles.
And there was curvature, correct?
No, 100,000 feet. Sorry, 100,000 feet.
Was there curvature or not, Gas?
Listen to what you're saying. This is
you listen to what
miles.
I'm saying.
This is 250 miles. He was 100,000 feet.
So what? There was curvature.
So if you're at 250 miles and there's no curvature, but you go to 100,000 feet,
you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not disputing anything about height or anything what you're saying. I'm disputing credibility. You will just dismiss anything you don't like, even though all of the camera use and everything and the overlay of the curvature he should have seen from that height matched what he did see from that height, and you're just disregarding that. So that's your standard of evidence. You can disregard that, so I'm going to disregard that.
No, but the calculations tell us that he's not high enough to see the curvature.
How did he get past the dome? How did he get past the dome, the Chinese Space Agency gas?
Well, they haven't gone past it.
So then where are they at?
They're around 200 miles, between 250 and 200 miles.
How are they floating?
They're just flying around.
With what?
In the air.
Using?
Oh, so one sec.
I love it when he brings this stuff up. Like, I've got a gotcha. There's 10 that say otherwise, but there's a reason why they're like that. But here's one that's definitely true. I tried to get Josh. Josh was saying it's a wide angle lens. Apparently, Josh said. I understand.
No, Stingray already went over this with him. Like, you can clearly see on the video that it shows later on how the clouds are all distorting because it's a 180-degree lens. So you're gonna have distortion on the vertical axis, but you're not gonna have it on the horizontal one. And you can see it on the space station. All the solar panels are all curved, and all the horizontal going solar panels are all going curved. Oh, there he is.
Stingray,
Gas, hold on a minute. Stingray, I'll let you speak just 2 seconds. Gas, so you telling me, Gas, that you've done that thing again where you've already been debunked elsewhere and you're still going to come and repeat the same shit in someone else's live? Is that what you're doing, Gas?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. That's what I thought. Stingray's here to debunk you again, apparently. So go for it.
So there's a very interesting thing here. I mean, we can, if I can have the big screen just to show.
No problem.
I mean, in fact, actually, let me just get up the downloaded YouTube video and we'll just play that because I've got it in a video editor and I was going to overlay some motion vectors, right? Because I can do tracking on it. But there's a very interesting thing that's happening here. Here we go. Now, on this shot, we have the assertion this is a perfect camera and therefore produces no distortion. But there's a little bit of an issue with that. This space station is going that way, right? Now I can tell that because I can average kind of the vectors of where everything's moving on the ground. So if we look here and I just press play, can you see how it's slightly coming towards us? So we're kind of going in that direction. Now, what I want us to pay close attention to is this. Right, so the clouds are coming straight towards us here. That means we're moving in that direction. But this is towards the left of the lens. Okay, so that's fine. So it should mean that this is going in this direction, because that's the direction we're going. But let's have a look at what happens to the clouds here. So look at the motion of the clouds. Holy shit. They're coming towards us, and then they're going away like this. Whoa, I've never seen any motion like that at all. Now, the reason for this is these clouds doing this motion round and rotating round like this. They're not actually doing that. It's because this was a fucking globe. And because of the lens, it's been stretched out flat, which leaves the distortions of a globe on the goddamn ground with it moving away. All of these are doing this arcing path and moving away as you're going in one direction. So either gas is correct, and this is showing a lovely flat Earth, but oddly, it's creating rotations that wouldn't normally exist. Or it's a globe with a 180-degree camera. That's it.
Gas, why did you come in here with that argument when it's already been debunked elsewhere? Can I ask that?
Debunked how exactly?
Did you not just see what he just said there?
Look at that.
What was the debunking of it?
Look at that. So it's coming towards us here, comes towards us here, veers round, and then goes off this way into the distance in a rotation.
Yeah.
That is telltale sign of a 180-degree camera lens.
Explain that, Gas.
That image is the same image as the ball one. So they flip from the one where it's the ball, and then they change camera to that one. So it's right after, it's the same picture. But you can see that the globe one is distorted, and the flat one is not.
Well, when we see the motion,
them two are the same.
when we see the motion of the
right way. Quoted the right way.
how is it coming towards us and going away like this? What would be your rationale for this whole thing? We're heading in this direction. Why does it start moving away from the camera here? What would be the reason for that?
Why the clouds are moving in that way?
So you think clouds on a beautiful flat Earth move at what, 2,000-3,000 miles per hour?
I'm not putting a time on it.
Well, actually, wait a minute. If you said this span is 2,000 miles, fuck me. These are doing 20 or 30,000 miles per hour.
The land and the water is one continuous, it's all the same. It's all connected.
I mean, look at these. We're going that way, and those are going away from us. How's that work?
The whole landmass is the same.
How's it work? If we're going in that direction there, how are those actually going away from
They're
us?
different cameras, so you don't know what actual direction there is.
I know that we're traveling in that direction there because there's a straight line here, but anything to that side goes like this and away from us. That's because you're looking at more than 180 fucking degrees here.
Well, I'd say they're using the different shots have different cameras.
Wow, look at that.
Because that one, like I said, if you go to the next image, it's of the globe and it's the same picture.
So the software that they use for this will flatten this out. And the reason is when you have a dome camera, it's actually, you can have a kind of rectilinear version of it, where if you've got a dome camera hanging down like this, and you've got a 360 or even 180, the angle to the horizon on a globe is actually the same angle in every single direction. And it produces this.
Yeah, but I checked out those cameras and it curves everything. So the astronauts would be also curved if that were the case. It didn't just curve one part of it. The whole screen is curved. Everything.
Yeah. I mean, this straight line here is just so straight. It's amazing, right? I love it. This straight line.
And the one below it, yeah, there were two perfectly straight lines below it.
I love the way this is.
What about the one at the top that you're ignoring, though, Gus?
Yeah.
Well, that's obviously made that way.
Oh God.
Grasping at straws.
That's awesome.
Oh dear. Anything else, Gas?
Well, no, that's what the Earth looks like without the fisheye lens. And
Not what. So Mr. Sensible's one was what then? Fake CGI NASA? Which one?
he wasn't high enough. He went.
He was high enough. They overlaid it with the exact prediction of what the curvature would be at that height, and it matched completely, perfectly. Yeah. And it had a reference frame of a string pulled tight above it to compare it to.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the height, he was nowhere near high enough to see, even at this height.
Yes, he was. That's where they got the predictive curvature from.
Oh my God. Right, let me show you the video. Let's show it to you so you understand.
No, I've watched it. You don't have to show me so I understand. They'd overlay it.
I'll explain to you, at that height, you don't see curvature.
So where did they get the overlay from then of what they should see at that height? They just made it up.
The camera that they used gave that lens, gave that wide angle lens to give the curvature. Now look,
what are you
listen to
talking
Neil
about?
deGrasse.
The International Space Station will be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface.
What is this you're showing there?
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner, he would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe.
Hold on. I know what you're about to do. You're about to say Neil deGrasse Tyson says therefore fact.
Hold on.
Yeah, we've all heard this argument before, Gus.
So look, if you've heard it, then you should know at that height, you do
according
not
to Neil deGrasse Tyson,
according to the globe community.
Where did they get the overlay from then, Gas?
What do you mean overlay?
They overlaid it to show what the curvature should have been at that height, and it was that at that height.
Because he used a wide angle lens. If you'd have listened, you would have heard that.
No, they used the lens. The lens they used should have shown the curvature to be exactly what it was. There was no distortion on the lens. It's all, go and watch the video, Gas. Why do you come on and lie? You come on, you bring that shit. You come in here with that shit, you get fucking annihilated immediately. And then I present something counter-argument to you and you're just like, no, that's not true. No, I'm not accepting that at all.
I didn't say it's not true. I said it's not high enough.
Well, where did they get... Have you ever seen it done with the overlay of what the predicted curvature from that height? Because they overlay it on his video and it matches exactly the curvature that he gets.
Well, I'm not sure if you're being slow on purpose.
No, Gas, you think the Earth is flat. I'm not being slow.
Try to listen to what's being said. They are not high enough to see curve at that height. If you're on a ball, that is...
Yes. So if that's the case, why the fuck did they get an overlay of what it should be then and overlay the video of what it should be at that height if there should be none?
Because they used
Who's being slow here?
Because the camera that they used gave that amount of... You can change the amount of curve you see if you change the lens.
You're just talking utter bollocks. You obviously haven't watched what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my God.
You haven't, have you?
The string across the middle of the screen.
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying...
Have you ever seen it done? Have you ever seen the video with the overlay over the top of it? They pause it and they overlay what it should be and it matches exactly. So where would they get that overlay from if you shouldn't see any curvature at that height?
All right, let me pull it up. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, this has been debunked many times years ago. It's nothing new. Oh,
that's been debunked. But you just brought up, that got debunked immediately as soon as you put it on the screen is total evidence.
Yeah, that was called cope.
Well, you haven't responded to the cope at all, have you? You're just sitting there talking bollocks.
Yeah, he said it was a 180 lens, and I've told him if it was a 180 lens, the whole thing would be curved. Everything would be curved with a 180 lens.
Yeah.
Right, it was called Mage, I think. Yeah, Mage 2.
Yeah.
Okay, this was 2 years ago, meant to be a globe killer.
Not a globe killer.
A flat Earth killer, sorry. All right, let's have a look here. I've got these stupid adverts.
You get YouTube Premium.
So look, this is what you're talking about, right?
Hang on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But you're going to have to find the right parts where it's in the center between those two lines.
The point is that it doesn't matter about this height because the Earth, if you are on a ball, this is too big to see curvature at this height.
So why do they then?
Because of the lens they're using.
Have you looked into the lens they're using?
Just a normal GoPro.
What, you think this is a fisheye lens, do you?
Yeah, wide-angle lens to give you that.
It's not a fisheye lens. Go actually do some research. Flat Earthers tell everyone to do their research. Go do yours on this lens.
Look how close he is to the Earth.
Go do yours.
Do
your research on this video. That is not a fisheye lens.
No,
there's going to be distortion at the top and the bottom, but in the center, it's going to be exactly what it should be. Oh, look at that. Oh, did you see that a minute ago? Look at that center of the frame curvature. What a shock.
Yeah, he's not high enough to see curvature.
Well, why is he then?
He's not even.
Why ain't it going convex when it's going down? Why is it not going convex when it's going down?
There's a crux for flat earthers is that they make an observation and they don't continue with the observation.
Why are the two strings not being distorted? That's what they're there for, to show you that there's no distortion.
Because they're right up against the camera.
What difference does that make? It's going to distort if it's going to distort. It doesn't matter how far it is away.
No, because the distortion happens towards the ends.
When it's central, there's curvature in between the two strings. You know that. I don't even know why I'm having this conversation. You've seen this and dismissed it already.
You just heard an expert, Neil deGrasse, say at that height, you're not high enough to see curvature. That stuff is flat. They've figured out the height. They know
flat.
what they're talking about. They've done the calculation.
Oh, you believe Neil deGrasse? Neil deGrasse Tyson also says it's a globe. Gas.
Right, and he's saying that.
Do you believe? Height, is he right, or does he know what he's talking about, or is he a fucking idiot?
About the globe or not? He's giving the calculations. He's saying if you're this height, you will not see curve because we've done the calculations. So that's the point here. You're saying,
don't flat earthers not believe Neil deGrasse Tyson? But
yeah, they do. They believe him when there's that one thing he ever said.
You believe him in this case, right? You believe him now, but
I'm assuming Fuzzy Bear wanted to say something because he's joined up.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, can someone bring up a different YouTube video for me? You could search for the YouTube creator Kip Doggerdas, Daugirdas, Kip Doggerdas, and search for his video on Amateur Rocket HUD.
Gas would already know this one, wouldn't you, Gas?
I didn't even hear what you said. I was looking at something.
Right, bring up what he just said, Gas. I'm going to let you do it yourself because obviously.
Why can't he do it?
So I am.
He's at work.
Yes, well, sort of. I'm on my way to work. Let's say, in a manner that TikTok can't let me say.
I thought we were going to sleep, man.
No, I was going to work. I was getting ready to go to work. So Kip Doggerdas, Daugirdas, Kip Doggerdas. He has a video titled Amateur Rocket HUD. It goes up to 230,000 miles uncut with a video that starts with a camera looking out at a distant, completely straight horizon and then goes up and shows the curvature at altitude. Kip Doggerdas.
Fuzzy, was it your live that we showed the video of the plane landing below the horizon?
No, that was here. Daugirdas. D David AU GIRDAS. Kip Doggerdas. He is an amateur rocketeer. He has his own video. One of the TikTok contributors here helped him modify his GoPro camera with a rectilinear lens. The video starts with the camera, the POV camera on the rocket, looking out over the horizon. So go to about 4 minutes in where they launch into that video. It's about 4 minutes in. You'll see a countdown and then a POV launch.
Can everyone see this?
almost there.
Yeah, we can see it good.
It's going to be sideways. The video actually will be sideways where they launch it.
Yeah.
That might not be the right one.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is an awful video.
No. There's a different one.
Not
hang
this
on.
one. No?
Yeah, that's it. So go to where it launches. Go to where it actually launches.
I've just done
Keep
that.
going back a little bit. You'll see the countdown from the rocket itself. I think this is the wrong video. Hold on just a second. I'm going to teacup for a minute.
Okay. I thought that's the sideways on thing. Look, that's what you're looking for, right?
That curve. Look at that curve.
Yeah, look at the lens.
The rectilinear.
Oh yeah, just dismiss this one, gas. Yeah.
The rectilinear
So this was
is a straight. It doesn't.
So this is not the right video. It was from 2 years ago. Same guy, Kip Doggerdas, but 2 years ago.
Oh, I'll click on his name.
Yeah. Click on his name and search for his videos. It's probably his most popular.
That was
video,
2 years ago.
think.
That was 5.6 million. That was the one I was watching.
Okay.
That's his most popular video.
Understand. Hold on just a
Yes, just so you know, a rectilinear.
So the
lens
title
does not
the
distort.
title is going to have Mach 4.2 and 293,000 miles in it. The title will have that at the end, Mach 4.2, 293,000 miles.
Okay.
And about 1 minute and 15 seconds in is where they do the countdown.
So
roughly.
it's done 197.
The
This one,
dome's
yeah.
meant to be around
It's
62
got a
miles, so this doesn't.
293. 293.
Yep. Got
Why
What's
didn't
the
he
height
go,
that one
Why
went
did he
to?
go 62
Right
miles?
there.
above?
No, so gas pressure. I will be if I was at a computer, I'd be glad to show this to you.
it. I'm showing it right now.
He went 56
So
miles.
this is an uncut launch. It is an
I heard you, I
uncut
heard you,
launch
I heard you,
with
but
a
I'm saying
camera
he went 56
that is pointing at a completely flat horizon, the same lens, and then as it elevates, you see the curve grow more and more and more pronounced. It is not a lens effect. It is growing curvature as altitude increases. I wish I could get the exact right video for you, but
Yeah, he was only 56 miles.
okay, that's 293,000 feet. It is plenty high to observe curvature.
No, because I've just shown you from 250 miles.
It is 250 miles. You'd be seeing massive curvature. 250
Yeah, but-
miles above the surface, you'd be seeing massive curvature.
Exactly, and we don't.
Yes, we do.
I've just shown a video that
Yes,
shows
we do.
no
You
curvature.
watch the ISS live feed. Watch the ISS live feed.
Yeah, that's the Americans deceiving you. Look at China. Look
What
at
about
China.
Japan?
No,
Why is this-
the Chinese? No, the Chinese are using a lens that stretches the horizon, so they get more data. They're
Yes,
purposely
what
using
about-
a
what about the
lens.
Himawari
They have two
9?
different lenses. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what the Earth
They have
looks
two
like
different
when you
lenses.
don't use a curved lens.
Japan
they
has
have two
has
different lenses. That one is one that actually stretches the horizon out.
What do you mean stretches the horizon out?
It makes it look flat.
What do you mean it makes it look flat? It's just showing you what it sees.
No, it makes it look flat. It's not a rectilinear lens.
Yes,
This
if it
camera that
it
I'm
would have
pointing,
stretched out-
the
it would have
camera that
stretched out
I'm
everything. Everything
gas
would have been
pressure,
stretched out.
gas pressure. The lens that the Chinese space station uses is not a rectilinear lens. What part of that do you not understand?
Even if the ISS doesn't show curvature, it still doesn't project a flat Earth. It covers the images that it covers, or the video coverage that you can see on the live feed. It does not project a flat Earth. It covers a globe Earth.
Hey, what guest? I think this is the right video now with the HUD up, the HUD view.
Yeah.
Looks like you got past the firmament.
That is the right video.
That's crazy.
So yeah. So That one, if you go to the start, which is like 1 minute and 20 seconds, you see the flat horizon.
Yeah, I've shown that.
Desert.
I've had that on a minute ago.
Okay. I was concentrating on the other thing I'm doing.
That's fine.
Properly so. But this is the video. This is an uncut video with a rectilinear lens, and you're seeing in 4K the curvature of the Earth. You're welcome, gas pressure. You have now seen the curvature of the Earth with an uncut video and a rectilinear lens. Look at the Chinese and look at the camera they're using. It is not a rectilinear lens.
Yeah, it's just a normal lens.
What is a rectilinear lens? No. What is a rectilinear lens? What is it?
He uses a normal lens.
What is a rectilinear lens?
To show the Earth how it would look.
What is a rectilinear lens?
So,
what is a rectilinear lens?
I've just told you.
Gas pressure. What is a rectilinear lens?
Well, it's just a lens that.
Yes, it's just a lens, but what is it? Why is it special?
It's just a lens, that's all.
Why is it special?
Well, it does a specific thing, gas pressure.
Why is it special?
Tell us why you think it's special.
No, I want you to explain why it's special.
You might think it preserves straight lines. You might think it has less
preserve
distortion.
Straight lines. It has no distortion. It is made not to distort the image. That is its purpose. That is why they call it a rectilinear lens.
But the truth is,
what is a normal lens? What is a normal lens?
It says here, while
does a normal lens have barrel distortion?
It says, while
does
lenses
a normal lens have barrel distortion?
They can exhibit some distortion.
Does a normal
wide angles where
have
objects
barrel
at the edge
distortion?
of the frame might appear stretched? Or yes, it tells me right here.
Does a normal lens have barrel distortion?
It says here it can exhibit distortion.
Yeah. Does it say it exhibits distortion when they're in the center of the frame?
Where does it? Where can it exhibit distortion? Where
objects at the edges of the frame might appear stretched or enlarged.
So in the center frame, no distortion.
Yeah, but at the edges, you're going to get distortion.
At the center frame, no distortion.
Yes, but at the edges, you see curve.
Again, repeating, gas pressure, reading that at the center frame of a rectilinear lens, no distortion.
It says rectilinear lenses strive for straight lines. Even they can exhibit distortion. Even they can exhibit distortion.
Yes, at the edges.
Especially at wide angles. Where objects at the edges of the frame might appear stretched or enlarged.
Great. So you're welcome. Again, what you've seen is center frame on that video, the curvature of the Earth in 4K.
No. It's telling us it's distorted.
No, Gas, don't be ridiculous. You've just read it out yourself. You said at the edges.
Right, so where you think you're looking at the edges, where you think it's curved, it's not actually curved.
You just saw it center frame numerous times. It was curved, Gas.
Yes, the reason for that is because it has distortion.
Gas pressure. Today is March 17th, 2025, and you can never again in your life say that no one has ever shown you
someone just wrote
the curvature of the Earth.
Rectilinear lens distorts left and right. Fuzzy, you're being disingenuous.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right, okay. Let me turn it back on you, Gas. Okay, rectilinear lens is completely distorted. What video did you just show, and why is it relevant then?
Why is what relevant?
The video that you brought as evidence today as a flat Earth. That's just, and every lens is distorted, so that wasn't straight. The lens was distorted.
I just said they're just showing that without widening.
Yeah, but yours is. If you're going to dismiss that, what's obvious evidence, what you just have to dismiss because it's your position's so ridiculous that you have to dismiss that. Then we have to dismiss the evidence that you brought of the flat horizon because cameras would just distort that and make it look flat.
I have maths on my side that at that height, Neil deGrasse says as calculated.
Maths
at that
on your
height,
side.
you see flat.
Completely
you do not
wrong.
see curve at that
Completely
height.
wrong.
So I've got experts on my side. I have the camera people on my side.
Oh, wow.
You
Gas
have wishful
pressure
thinking on
appealing
your
to
side, and you have
experts.
fake cameras on your side, right?
Gas pressure appealing to authority.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying that I've got not
Here
just
we have
my
a
Gas.
video.
I can't believe Gas. I can't believe you appealed to Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know he's clearly a fraud,
he's not appealing
NASA
to
shill.
authority, is he?
I
Yeah,
can't
but what I'm
believe.
saying is that you're asking me why
He's
should I
appealing
need that camera
to
over
authority.
my camera? And I'm saying to you because we've got the maths to calculate what the Earth
No,
would
the
look
maths
like at
don't.
that height.
The maths
At that
don't
height, you do
agree
not
with
see
you.
curve.
Yes,
you see flat.
No. Okay, show me the math then. Let's have a look.
All
Show me
right,
the math.
Let me get it up again. I'll play it again.
Let's have a look.
No, he's
Show
going
me
to play the
math.
clip. All he plays,
play it.
Fuzzy.
No, I want to see your math.
It's
You
no
said
math.
You have
Got it right- I've got it
math
right here.
behind
There's
you.
no math.
So I want to
I've got
see
it
your
right here.
math.
I've got
I want
it
to see
right
your
here.
math.
No, he plays
Right
Neil
here.
deGrasse Tyson saying you can't see curvature from a certain
I want
height.
to see
That's,
your
He's
math.
calculated. Look.
No. I want to see you. You said you have math. No, you said you have math, gas pressure. I want to see your handwriting on paper with math.
Now,
I want to see your
It's just so
handwriting on
ironic. He
paper.
believes Neil deGrasse Tyson
Mute him.
when it's convenient for him, but he doesn't.
The
really
honesty.
want to.
Mute him.
He told us the truth.
And not only
This
that,
is
they make
useless.
sure that photographs
Mute
are
him.
standing
This
there
is useless.
With a really wide-angle
Gas
lens,
pressure.
which curves
I want to see
horizontally.
your
In
math.
the
You
photo,
said you have
see
math
this
behind
curvature
this.
of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that."
Where's your
No,
math,
he's
gas
not.
pressure?
At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth.
Where's your math?
2 millimeters above this beach ball.
I'm not seeing any math.
You just don't. That stuff
I'm not
is
seeing any math,
I
gas
love
pressure.
I love Neil deGrasse.
Right,
He's
so
always
that's the point,
I
right?
didn't see any math. No, I didn't see any math.
The
I
point
didn't
is
see
those
any
guys.
math. No, I
those
didn't see
guys-
any math. I didn't see any math.
Those
I
guys
didn't
have
see any math.
calculated.
Gas
the
pressure.
height.
You wouldn't trust.
And Cole
You
from
wouldn't trust
Scotland.
anybody to do math for you. So I'm assuming you've done your own math because you're a flat earther. You do your own research. So let me
According
see
to
your
the globe
calculations.
math,
No, I want to
according
see
to the
your
globe model, according to
calculations.
the globe
I want to see
calculation,
your
you would not see
calculations.
curvature
I
at
want to
that
see
height.
your calculations, gas
So
pressure.
either the maths is wrong.
I want to see
or you
your
are wrong.
calculations.
What
I want to
math?
see your calculations. Where's your math?
They've been done. Catch up.
Where's your math?
It's been done. Catch up.
Show videos from space. Catch up. Where's your math?
So that's what we're saying here is that when you
Where's
guys
your
think,
math?
"Oh,
Where
I
is
see
your
curve,
math?
I see curve. No,
Where is your
you don't.
math?
You don't
Where
see
is your
curve
math?
from that height. I've shown you with a video. I've
Yes,
shown you with
pressure.
experts.
Where is your
how I
math?
understand it.
Where
And you-
is your math? You have no math. You have no
I've shown you the
truth.
maths.
You are flatly a liar, gas
I've
pressure.
shown you the maths. The experts
You are
show you.
simply a liar. You
Well,
are
that means
up
that Neil
here
deGrasse is a
on
liar. That means the
Whatcast-
Globe is a liar. That
you are
means your
up
whole
here
entire
on
thing is a lie.
Whatcast's broadcast.
That means all of your
lying
research is a lie.
to 94 people.
Gas-
in his
Gas,
broadcast.
what's
You're
your- Gas-
lying to 94 people?
Gas,
I know
what's
it's hard to accept, but you know.
yeah? Gas,
No,
what's yeah?
you're
I'm
lying,
struggling
Gas
to accept
pressure.
it. Gas, what's
Yeah,
your
I know
reason?
it's difficult. Go on.
What's your reason for
Where's your
dismissing the video that I just had up there? What's your reason for that?
Because it doesn't comport. It doesn't comport with the maths.
What math? Show me the math. Show
Now,
me the math.
You've seen Neil deGrasse make
No,
the
no.
calculation, and he's
Gas
told
pressure.
you from that height.
Gas pressure.
You do not
If
see
I
the
said
curve.
math worked
So
out in the
wait.
globe's favor, you would be asking to see numbers on a screen. Show me your math.
Neil deGrasse is giving you the math.
Show me your math, you
It's
fool.
been calculated.
Show me your math.
It's already been demonstrated.
Okay, where is it then? Bring up Neil's math.
Bring up Neil again. You want to hear it again?
Bring,
Come
no,
on.
no,
What did you-
bring up
we've heard it.
Neil's math, not his speech.
What camera
His
did they
math.
use for your evidence, Gas?
Show
What-
me Neil's math.
Standard camera, I reckon. Just a normal
Standard camera.
Gas
Yeah.
pressure. Stop running away.
Normal camera that
Stop
doesn't give
avoiding the
distortion.
truth and
they
show
just
me
showed
your
you
math.
What it looked like from that height.
Gas
Yeah.
pressure. Thank you so much for proving once again, time and time again how disingenuous you are and how much of a liar one has to be a flat earther. Thank
The
you.
thing is, I love shoving that in Glober's face because there's nowhere to go from that.
But what you
can't say, I saw the curvature.
Is saying you have math and then providing none.
You're rubbing your face in dirt.
You just brought in.
You're providing no math, gas
Hold on.
pressure.
Fuzzy, calm down, please. I know he's frustrating. Gas, you brought a video in here. Your video's been answered with 2 other videos. You are not prepared to accept either one of them because of the math, because of Neil deGrasse said so, but you don't accept anything else he says, but that thing you'll accept. What makes your video so your video is the only video that's ever been taken of space and of the Earth that has got a perfectly straight camera that would show you the exact truth?
Actually, the Russians have also done it, but I've got the video, but I can't find, for life of me, I can't find the original, so I don't really use it. But I do have a Russian video where they have no distortion, they just show the flat Earth.
No distortion. Rectilineal then, yeah.
There's just no distortion. They just show.
That's the closest you can get to no distortion.
What lens did they use to get no distortion?
I'm not sure.
Which one? Which lens is that?
I don't know.
Oh, so you don't know what lens they use, but
what I do know is that the Americans are lying their ass off showing people curvature, and in the East they're not showing curvature. So on this side they're showing flat.
They do. Have you looked at every video? Have you looked at every video that the Chinese space station shows? Have you looked at every video the Chinese space station shows?
No, not everyone, no.
No. So are you sure every video they show of the Earth is a flat?
No, because that's when they probably use a lens like the Americans.
Of course not.
So now,
thank you so much. Thank you for being so consistently disingenuous. I really appreciate it.
All that is for the. I might upload it to my channel.
I appreciate you being a liar.
It's just to show people what the Earth looks like without the wide-angle lens, without the fisheye lens. The Earth looks completely flat, 2,000 miles.
None of the two. The one that I showed,
as I've ever seen.
The 2 videos that I showed, neither of those were fisheye lens, Gas, and you know that.
Yeah, but I've just read it out to you.
No, the rectilinear does not say it distorts in the center of frame. You was shown curvature in the center of frame.
No, I'll read it again. While rectilinear lenses strive, they try to keep straight lines. That's what they try to do. Doesn't mean that they can always do that. It says they can exhibit some distortion. You see?
At the edges.
Are you
at the edges.
Hold on. So, Gas.
At the edges, Gas.
That's where
finish the sentence.
Is he real?
No, it's not.
Is Gas real?
He's a liar. He's a liar. He is a real liar.
I'm gonna see if he actually knows what he's talking about.
I don't.
He's just reading something.
He doesn't know about it. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Gas, do you know
I'm not a camera expert by any means, so no, I'm not an expert.
Gas pressure, do you know what amount of distortion at the very edge of a camera lens that qualifies it to be a rectilinear lens?
No, like
you know how much distortion there's allowed to be?
I'm not an expert.
If you're measuring, if you are measuring on a 30-inch screen with a photo taken from a rectilinear lens, the distortion on the very edges has to be less than 1/10 of a millimeter. Let that sink in.
Yeah, look, what I'm saying is, if you show curve at that height, there is something wrong with your camera.
Right, let me read. Gas, can I just gas? I'm going to read this out. I'm going to read this out. Rectilinear lenses in photography are designed to minimize or eliminate barrel distortion, ensuring that straight lines in the real world appear straight in the image, unlike fisheye lenses which create curved images. Here's a more detailed explanation. What they do: rectilinear lenses maintain a proportional representation of a scene, preventing the bulging or barrel distortion that can occur with wide-angle lenses. Key characteristics: straight lines. They preserve the straightness of lines even at the edges of the frame. Wide field of view. While they offer a wide field of view, they do so without the extreme distortion of fisheye lenses. And on and on and on. So where are you getting it from that should be distorted in the center of frame and cause a fake curve with a rectilinear lens?
Getting that from
You're not reading the part that I'm reading.
Preconceived flat brain.
Oh, that's convenient. What is your source, gas pressure? Is it flatearthdave.com?
No, I'm reading it. Look, I can show you. Look, it's just off the computer.
My main question is, why does he appeal to Neil deGrasse Tyson about that in specific thing, but he doesn't appeal to Neil deGrasse Tyson because Neil deGrasse Tyson believes the Earth
Not
is
only
a
that,
globe.
not only that, he's appealing to Google for his evidence on the rectilinear lens.
Oh,
Yeah, it just says here they strive for straight lines.
My source is exactly the same as my source is Josh, who's actually a photographer for 25 years.
Oh,
What's yours, Rebel?
He's using AI. Gemini.
Not just Josh. But this is what it says here. They strive for straight lines, but they can exhibit some distortion.
He's using artificial intelligence because he doesn't have actual.
So the wider the angle, the more distortion.
What's the tolerance? What's the tolerance for distortion? What's the tolerance for distortion
you get.
of a rectilinear
I don't know
lens?
the numbers. I'm just reading
What's
it here.
the tolerance for distortion?
I do not know.
So you don't know the maths. So you don't know the maths. So you don't know the maths.
No, I don't know the maths for this now.
Claiming to know the maths, but you don't know the maths.
No, I'm saying the maths has already been calculated.
Okay, so you don't know the maths, but you're claiming to know the maths and that the maths are on your side.
It's already been calculated.
So you're claiming to know the maths. You're claiming that the maths are on your side.
Gas, the video we've just shown you and the one
Where is that?
the
Where are
Mage,
those calculations?
the one with Mage and the one that I've just shown you. So were they fake videos in your opinion?
No. They were just using a lens that distorts.
They wasn't. They was all rectilinear.
They're using a rectilinear lens.
So in that case, Neil deGrasse Tyson is wrong if he said that you wouldn't see the curve from there because you've just seen videos proving him wrong.
Wait, hold on. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what was the altitude of that jump? What was the altitude of the jump from space?
23 miles.
Can someone tell me?
23 miles.
In feet. What was the altitude in feet?
What was it?
23 miles.
Yep. Okay. 5,280 times 23, so that's 120,000 miles. Feet, sorry, roughly. 120,000 feet. The video I showed you was 290,000 feet at the apex. 290,000. Do you realize how much further 290,000 is?
Yeah.
Felix was what?
Yeah, so it was 121,000 feet that you're talking about, Gas.
Yeah.
Yep. So Neil deGrasse Tyson was on stage talking about 120,000 feet elevation for an observation. The camera I just showed you was 290,000 feet in elevation. Right? The camera we just showed you, 290,000.
So that rocket.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's statement of 120,000 feet doesn't apply. The maths are different. So if you say the maths are on your side, you don't have Neil to rely on. Where are your maths? Show me your calculations.
All right, so I can show you.
I'm waiting for your calculations for the reported size of the Earth and an altitude of 290,000 feet and what the horizon would look like given a lens of that quality. What would it look like?
Okay,
Tell me.
So look, from that
Tell me
height,
what it would look like.
So the height that the rocket went
Tell
to.
me the math. Don't. Your screen should be on, and you should be showing me numbers
So
on
I'm
a
asking
paper.
you, what was the height of the rocket?
293,000 feet.
So in miles, that's like 56 miles now.
Something like that.
56 miles, yeah. So even from the
Something
ISS,
like
you don't see curvature.
You do see curvature every
And that
day.
is 250 miles.
Every day you see curvature from the ISS.
All right, let
You
me show
can
you.
watch it right now. You can watch the curve of the Earth right now on the ISS. See it live.
Not according to the calculations. Now look.
Yeah. What calculations? Show me something.
All right, let me show you this one.
When he's talking to
Only
flat
one
earthers, he only
piece
has
of
to say the
math.
calculations. Everyone just agrees with
Show
him.
me one piece of math.
No. Okay, not at all, right? Okay, so that's sequence.
All right, here we go.
Standing on the patio.
Might be a
I'm
little bit-
I'm waiting for your math. I don't want to see anything else. I want to see your math. YouTube is not math.
Okay.
YouTube is not math.
Yes, but they're calculating what
Take
you
him
would
off
have
the
wouldn't
screen.
see now.
Take him off the screen. Take him off the screen.
Hold on.
This is not your math.
I want to see
It
what
has
he's
to be
presenting.
mine.
Has he
The
got any
calculations have been
relevance?
made.
No. I want
Now,
to see your calculations.
This is showing what you would see if you were standing on top of a mountain, if you were in an airplane, if you were in a balloon, and then it even goes out to the ISS.
Gas.
Right? So
Right.
this is your circle of sight. Yeah.
Gas, do you have any calculations of your own?
I only
Have you
have
done any
the-
of this?
No, I listen to what these experts are saying.
Oh, appealing to authority.
Yeah, because they're going to.
Gas pressure just appeals to authority.
Out there and
So
figured
why
out
is it?
what
Why
you
is it
would
when I listen to what experts say, I'm brainwashed sheep and all that, but when you do, it's relevant?
The
you guys
experts all
believe
say
about
gravity
yourself.
exists.
Yeah, they
You
say.
guys-
The experts. So you believe the experts in their calculations,
Yep.
right? And you don't calculate it yourself, so you don't verify it.
No, the math has already been done. This is like hundreds of years old.
Thank you for again demonstrating how disingenuous you are.
So I don't think you quite understand.
It's awesome to see you do it over and over
radius.
again.
That's what we've all been told. We've been told the radius. We can go out and check
Yes.
that radius. They've also told us what you
Yes.
wouldn't see at a particular
Yes.
height. So if
Can.
you're in a
We
balloon,
can. We
you
can.
don't see curvature. If you're in an airplane,
We
you
check
don't see
that radius
curvature.
by measuring
In
it.
the ISS, you don't see curvature. They tell you the height of what you can and can't see because according to you, it maths work. That's what I'm getting at. Is that I know.
Show me your math.
I know a lot of people say we saw
What's
curve.
your math?
People say it all the time, but the truth is you're
pressure.
simply not high
Yeah.
enough.
Do you have the ability to perform spherical geometry math? To perform spherical geometry math?
You're
Do you have the
breaking up
ability
there,
yourself?
Fuzzy. You're breaking up quite a lot. You're driving in a.
Do you have the brain power?
You can't even hear anyone because he's breaking up, cutting out, cutting in, cutting out. I don't know what's going on.
So, Gas, do you believe in Neil deGrasse Tyson?
When he gives the calculations to the idea of the globe, yeah. So remember, it's just like an idea, a model, and he's
Okay,
saying.
so the fact when he says that the Earth is a globe, you don't believe that though.
No.
So you pick and choose when you think he's right.
Well, no, it's not picking and choosing. The idea is that if
Oh,
you
that's
believe
not?
you're on,
It is
no, if
definitely
you believe-
picking and choosing.
How is that not picking and choosing? You're saying
you
that,
believe that you're on a ball, if you believe that you're on a ball, you have to believe the calculations that come along with
You haven't
you're
presented any.
saying- Yes, you haven't. First of all, you haven't presented any. And second of all, you're relying on Neil deGrasse Tyson to be correct in this matter, but you don't believe him on when he says that the Earth is a globe, right?
Right.
That is picking and choosing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's
you're
telling
picking.
you guys.
No,
what
you're
wouldn't
picking
see.
that he's correct at one point, and you're choosing that, and then you're denying everything else he says.
Is
Yeah,
he
but if you-
Gas? Is he a trustworthy source?
Again, it's not about whether he was trustworthy.
Yes
whether
or
he's
no?
trustable
Do
or
you
not.
trust his opinion?
Picking
Yes or
and
no?
choosing, yes. That's what you're
I
doing.
don't believe if he says it's a ball. No.
So no, I'm saying as a source, should he be listened to? Yes or no?
He's a hostile witness for me.
That's not yes or no.
Well, I'm saying it.
Do you trust him? Do you trust him?
I don't have to trust him.
Do you trust
you
him?
guys have to trust him.
I don't care about him. Do you trust him?
Globers have to.
Do you trust him?
I don't trust.
Yes or
I
no?
don't-
Almost.
When it comes, let me say it like this: when it comes to his model, he knows what he's talking about.
Does
That's
he?
picking and choosing.
Yeah, when it comes, he knows about his model, his universe. He can say the calculations tell us
So,
that this.
so the
this
but the model, you don't agree with the model though, right? So the model's fake. Yeah, he's just lying about it.
just a model. Yeah.
So
Something
so
like
you, so you don't
model.
trust him then because he's making the model up, right?
Do you trust him for math?
Again, if he's talking about the globe, he's going to tell you how it would be. So it's not whether I
Okay.
trust him or not. It's about what he explained about the globe.
Okay, and where are his maths?
Where is what?
Where are his maths?
Well, he calculated on that in that conference.
But you said that the Earth is flat, so his math wouldn't apply if the Earth is flat. So why do you apply it now?
What are you talking about? He says we have a globe that is this big.
And you say we have a flat Earth. And you say we have a flat Earth. So therefore, where is your math and your calculations? Why are you trusting Neil to do the math for you when apparently he lies about the shape of the Earth? This is so simple.
If you believe in a globe, you have to listen to what your experts
But you
tell you.
said that the Earth is flat. You know that the Earth is flat. So therefore, why are you going with a guy who believes in the globe Earth if the Earth is truly flat?
I'm telling you, when you tell me you see curvature, I'm saying you're false, you're wrong.
No, we just showed you it.
Because your leaders
You just
tell
seen
us
it. You
that
just
you
saw
don't
it.
see curvature
But you
at
just
that
saw
height.
it. You just saw it yourself twice.
Yeah, and that's because of the wide. He told us why as well. The lens is wide.
Yeah, but it's not. That was a rectilinear. We've already gone through this. I
Well,
just read
obviously
it.
they didn't use a rectilinear lens because it was
Yes,
curving.
they did.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was curving, so they
And they
obviously didn't use that
100%
one.
used a rectilinear lens.
Well, why did we see curve?
It's entertainment.
Why
man.
didn't we say? You
we-
trying to pretend that there was no curvature in
No,
that?
I'm saying why did we see curve? When
Because
we
the
know if we
Earth's a
go-
globe. Gas.
No, if we go
So-
higher,
It's
if
a
we go
globe.
higher,
So gas. So
we
why
went
didn't we
higher-
not see curve in the beginning?
if you went
Does it-
higher
does
than
it
that,
rectilinear
Why was it? Yeah,
lens
why was it
change?
exactly? That's why Fuzzy Bear was going about showing the launch, so he could show you the flat horizon from the launch, so you could
that's
see
close to you. Yeah,
what.
it's close to you. It told you. It tells you when it goes further away and wider out. There's
You
more
sound
distortion.
like a prick. You know you fucking do. Stop talking bollocks. This is so ridiculous. Like everyone tells me. Last time I had you on, I had so much abuse about why do you platform Gas? He's clearly a troll, and I tried to defend you, and then everyone started sending me videos of you in the past being absolutely smashed. And someone said that that you even admitted to Red's rhetoric or something that you was a troll.
Don't be so silly. People lie about me all the time.
So you're not
Why would I
Spurs.
say
You're
that?
not Spurs chemo.
Yeah, that's my old name.
Well, everyone was just sending me to those videos saying that this is where it proves he's a troll. And they couldn't find the video of that. You apparently said it towards the end. You started laughing at something you'd said yourself and then said that you're fucking around or something like that.
Yeah, people lie about me constantly.
Yeah.
I've been in this for 11 years now, smashing up the Globers.
I've never witnessed that. Every time I've ever seen you, you just look ridiculous. You can't even present your own evidence properly. Like you come in today all keen to show us this flat horizon. You've then just been shown two count of videos, and all you can say is, "I don't believe that those lenses would have done that."
Nuh-uh. That's his
Yeah,
argument.
well, I'm going by what your experts say. Remember, they've calculated what you wouldn't see. So you think you're seeing something when in actual fact you're not.
You didn't do any checking on your own video though, did you? Like you don't know anything about it.
Are you delusional, Gas? Are you smelling toast right now?
What do you mean check? There's meant to be a space station showing the Earth.
Video?
It shows it
What
flat.
camera did they use on the one that you presented?
I'm not sure.
So you didn't do any work on it. You didn't even look.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't care. You don't care because it shows you what you want it to show. So therefore, nothing matters in that video. But we know the cameras that were used in the ones that we showed. There was even reference. There was even straight lines for reference next to it on the one that I showed. The one that I pulled up for Fuzzy had the horizon straight before they took off, and you just don't care. But you don't even know the camera that was used on the one you presented, and that's good enough. Your standard of evidence is shit.
Yeah, but it seems to go over your head. If you're not high enough,
No,
why do you
because
still
I
think you see
actually
curvature?
think, and I actually do I didn't say anything about your video because I didn't know anything about it. But ever since then, you've shown me that you don't know anything about it either. So how is it supposed to convince me of anything? Yet, however, the ones we show, we know the lenses, we know the heights, we know everything. And you're just going, yeah, but the Earth's not a sphere, so that curve doesn't exist, whilst looking at the curve. Do you realise how ridiculous that is?
Yeah, well, there's explanations for why you're seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah, but
I
they're
don't
all
know why-
bollocks. There's no good
that's not coming
explanation.
from me. That's coming from your experts. They're telling you
No,
why you see
you've
what
shown
you see.
one clip of a bloke that I don't know fuck all about saying that you wouldn't see it. And the Fuzzy Bear's already shown you that the one that I've shared for him was double the height of that.
Well, if you don't know who Neil deGrasse is, he's an expert. He's a physicist.
Ignore that. I know who he is, but I don't really care what he says. If he says you can't
care. You should
listen,
care.
I know you don't want me to finish, Gas. I know you don't want me to finish, but we've just proven to you that what he was talking about in that clip was only half the height of the clip that Fuzzy got me to show you. So what do you say about that? That's double the distance. So you still think?
I've just told you.
No, you haven't shown me anything. Neil deGrasse did not say you wouldn't see the curve from that height. He said from the height of the space jump.
Okay, I got that. Which is why I tried to show you another video where the guy in that video, I forget his name, but he runs a planetarium and he explains even from the ISS, you wouldn't see curvature.
If you're looking straight down at the Earth.
That's what I was just
Watch
playing.
the damn video,
Let me
please.
Tell you again.
It does not tell you about the direction that you're looking.
Saying, oh, I was double the height of Felix Baumgartner. I understand that.
So what do you keep referring to it then if you understand that? So what Neil deGrasse said in that clip is completely irrelevant because the clip that we showed was 2 times the height of that. So why do you keep referring to it, even if it's true?
All right, I got you now. Now I understand what you're saying. But I still have another guy. Again, his name, I forget his name, but he runs a planetarium. This guy here, look. And there's a red circle. You see this red circle?
Yeah.
That's a plane.
People that believe there's a round Earth.
Just listen.
When they hear somebody that
Can you hear that?
Yeah, well, you stop talking, I'm right.
Look out the window. That's what they say. Okay? But if you get out a window of an airplane, look out the window, you're only seeing this much of the horizon, right? And when you look out, those windows are actually curved a little bit, so it's possible that they're distorting that. But you're only seeing this much right here, right? So it kind of looks like it's curved. But I would say...
Why is he talking about looking out of a plane window?
You were to look 300
Well, not just a plane. Hold on.
Why is he just showing concentric circles?
You won't see the curve of the Earth.
You hear that?
You realize how big those circles are.
Let me go forward a bit. This is the ISS one, look.
They're about 250 miles above the Earth.
Do you realize how big that circle is?
Hold on. So look, this is the ISS circle.
Let's say we are at the elevation of the International Space Station. They're about 250 miles above the Earth, okay? Let's say we're sitting right at that point, right there at 250 miles. If we calculate the horizon line for the International Space Station, it's about 1,400 miles. It's that much right there, okay? Now, does that show you the entire Earth? No, it just shows you a section of the Earth, right? And if you're sitting at that point, looking 360 degrees, what would the horizon look like? It would look flat.
Right, so...
No, it would not.
So,
No, it would
there's
not.
the expert.
Where is his
there you go. There's
that's
a
a flat
professional
earther,
with an
dude.
audience who's
It's a
telling
flat
you
earther.
that height you would not see.
It's a
curvature.
flat
It would
earther.
look flat.
He's a flat earther.
He's not.
You
a
just
flat
tried
earther.
to use. He is a flat earther.
What's his name, Gas?
I forget his name.
Oh, that's
but
convenient, isn't it?
It's not. Yeah, but I'm just saying that he's a glober.
He's a flat earther.
He's a flat earther, bro.
He's a glober that's put a video up,
fine.
said evidence of flat Earth. Is that what he's done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The title said
Yeah,
evidence
that's
of
my
flat
channel.
Earth.
Yeah, that's what I titled it.
What's it? But he's a
He's a
glober.
flat earther.
He's a glober.
What? Then he's called his video that?
No, that's my channel. I took the video off. This is why I say it was like years ago. I took the video. I took the segment. I didn't label it.
Wait. So where can I find the original video then?
Yeah. Where did you get
That's
it
what
from?
I'm-
He
that's what
doesn't
I'm-
know.
Where can I find the original video?
This
He
video
doesn't
is
know.
from 4 years ago, so I can't remember where the video
So
was from.
four years ago, digital rights were still existing, and you should have credited in your video the original source.
No, he just stole-
if
he
you were
just-
actual genuine.
He just
You would have
figured it.
credited.
He just
You would have you would have credited it. So where what's the name of the video, the original video you took it from?
I don't have it. It was 4 years
So
ago.
you didn't know about crediting other people's work at the time?
Yeah, I was just uploading pieces for like.
So you were just chopping up other people's content, cherry picking the pieces you liked, and then posting that without crediting.
Just documenting
Hold on,
it.
give me about 5 minutes and I'll probably find it.
That'd be great if you could find it because I forgot the guy's name. I did have his name for the longest time, and it just went.
You
from
just steal people's content, right? Is that what you're saying?
But he works
what
in a
he's saying.
planetarium. He works in a planetarium, and he has like audience there. And you just saw that even that from the ISS, if you look around 360 degrees, you will see flat, right? So the experts are calculating what you would and wouldn't see.
How is he an expert if you don't know his name?
Because I did have his name. I looked at the planetarium, but like I said, it was
So you know
years
he's
ago.
an expert, but you don't know his name.
It was
This is
years
the
ago.
ISF. This is the ISS live feed, by the way.
Yeah, they're using a wide angle lens.
No, they're not.
Only the Chinese. Look at the Chinese.
This is the ISS live feed.
Yeah, go. America is lying to you. Go to the.
Okay, hold on, Gas. You said America's lying. Okay, how about this? You go to look up the Himawari 8, and it's a Japanese satellite that takes pictures of the Earth every 10 minutes.
He knows that.
Yeah, well, I'm saying
that's
that only the
Japanese.
Chinese. I've only seen the Earth looking like that from the Russians and the Chinese.
But you said America's lying.
Yeah, because they're the ones that are pushing this curve, promoting this wide angle lens, this fisheye lens.
I don't know. America's pushing a fisheye lens?
America is pushing this nonsense of a curved Earth. Yes.
Why?
For what
Why
reason?
what?
We were
To deceive-
speaking. We spoke
to
of this
deceive
earlier
you
on.
guys.
To conceal what though? For what purpose? There's no reason. Even if there's this worldwide conspiracy
Because they
of enslavement
think-
going on.
Remember,
It's big globe. They're making money off the globes.
What would be a better prison cell to you, Gas? Would it be like a globe with infinite universe and other planets you can potentially go to one day, or would it be a flat disc with a big glass dome over it and you cannot leave that area?
Yeah, but this is more of a prison for your mind. They want to control your mind. The way you
Crap
think,
answer.
how- They want to control how you think, where you think, what you do, all these things. So if they can get
So Gas, you have the secret knowledge, right?
it's not a secret. It's out there for anyone to know.
Well, okay,
Gas.
then they failed, right? If
Another
it's not a secret.
question. Another question we was discussing earlier on. If is there land beyond the dome?
No.
So what's beyond the dome?
Well, we're just surrounded by water on the outside.
Or endlessly?
Well, I don't know, but we're just waters above, waters below.
So just biblical bollocks then.
Well, it's not so much bollocks if it's true, right? If we're surrounded by water in an enclosed system, then it's not bollocks, is it?
Yeah, but it's
If it
not
was
true.
true, but it's not true. So
Well, that's what NASA have been trying to hide.
Why would they hide that?
So tell me
Why?
about Eratosthenes, gas pressure. Tell me about Eratosthenes. Tell me about him.
Did he make a measurement with shadows and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
This was before NASA. This is before America. This is before Chinese government. So what?
Yeah, but you don't really like the answer.
What happened with
you don't
him?
really like the answer. You know.
Oh no, I'm asking you because I want to know what your thoughts on that are.
I mean, it sounds a little bit out there, you know.
Well, tell me. Say it.
So I don't really like to get into it
Why not?
because
You
it's
can
just,
tell me the story of Eratosthenes before America was around.
It just goes down, you know, because you want to know who controls it, who's the power behind it, right? Who's lying?
I mean, we're talking about 500 BC, so you know, this is before governments, before America.
Yeah, but yeah.
So what was his reason? Hold on. If America wants us to be in a prison of our mind or whatever you said, pushing this agenda, what was Eratosthenes' reason back then when he measured that the Earth was a sphere and got it to pretty damn good accuracy of the circumference for the time?
Nice. That video that you had up, is that on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Can I get the name of that video, because I'll do a reverse image search from it.
Dazzle, I tried to let you up. I don't know what's going on there, why you can't come
Under
up.
No Pressure is the name on my channel. Under No Pressure. And it's called Incredible Flat Earth Footage, 250 mile high, never before seen without fisheye lens. That's how I titled it.
Oh, Dazzle, I remember you. Hey, what's up?
Good morning. Good morning. I started recording a video in the middle of my request, so that's probably what happened.
Yeah, there's no worries. What is someone pulling something up now? What's going on?
Well, he's trying to find that video of the planetarium with the guy drawing the circles to show you how much curve you would and wouldn't see.
Oh, right, okay.
Because, you know, from one horizon to the other horizon, like from left to right, is 2,000 miles. So if that's 2,000 miles of straight, unobstructed land, you know, you could put someone at one end of the 2,000 miles and you can't see each other. So that's very damning if...
What does that mean? No, what does that mean?
So it means like when you say I'm standing at the beach and a ship disappears at 3 miles.
Yes.
We know from looking up above, between 2,000 miles, there's no obstruction. It's a straight line. So when you think something disappeared at 3 miles, let's just go up into the sky, look between the two observers, and we see there's no obstruction between the two things. You see?
What the heck are you...
So at 3 miles, you say a boat disappears, right? You say, look, what?
Yes.
Exactly. But I'm saying between 2,000 miles, there's no obstruction.
You wouldn't even see a boat from 2,000 miles.
Gas, I've literally shown you videos of boats disappearing below the horizon. You said it was, what did you say it was? I can't remember. It's ridiculous. Compression, you said.
Compression.
What, Cass? There's a video. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I saw it on somebody else's live of a plane landing, and it goes below the curve of the Earth. And it's like, it's so wild because it's like it destroys their argument.
Let me get the big screen again for 1 second, please.
Hold on a second.
So if I'm standing here, if I'm standing at this side here, so between there and there is 2,000 miles, right?
Is it?
That's 2,000 miles of straight Earth, all right? So that means someone standing at this end, they can't see 2,000 miles. They can only see up to here, 3 miles. So you think a boat is going down when actually it's going across. You see?
Because you're assuming it's flat.
No, I'm saying in this picture here, no curvature between this observer.
I can't even see a specific city or a specific state. How would I see a freaking boat from that far away?
I'm not going to allow you. I'm not
here. In this picture here, someone standing over here would not be able to see someone standing over there because this fat planet is in the way.
Yes, but that's with a wide-angle lens.
Oh, see, that's what I mean. Right? Okay. I'm going to do this. From now on, no one can use videos to prove anything, right? So, so your evidence is thrown out there. If you won't accept anything else, then yours is also dismissed. So stop using it.
I'm telling you the reason why you can't accept that.
What do you mean you're telling me the reason? He's literally showing you something completely different, and you've got no information on the lens on the videos that you're showing whatsoever. We've got all of the information on the lenses on the videos we're showing, and that just doesn't matter to you. So dismissed. Irrelevant.
Well, I know it's painful to see the Earth so flat like that.
It's not painful. I've told you a million times it wouldn't make any difference to me. I'm not in love with NASA or space or balls or anything like that. But reality is reality. And you can't just sit there with denial, and here's some evidence that's going to blow everyone away. And you apparently just come from fucking Stingray's live recently that it already said that to you, and you bring it here anyway.
To see what he says. I was wanting to check what he says. That's no big deal. He hadn't debunked anything. He was shocked. He was like, oh my God, it must be this, it must be that. He couldn't cope with what he was seeing, right? Went on to other subjects. Yeah. So I'm going around showing globers, showing flat earthers, showing people, check this out, have a look at this. Do you know what the Earth looks like without the wide angle lens? You can see a flat horizontal horizon.
But you don't know. You don't know the lens that you don't even know the lens in the footage that you showed. So how do you know it wasn't a wide angle lens?
The Earth with a wide angle lens, if the Earth is directly center frame, has no distortion on it. And I've shown this to you and proven it to you while live on TikTok using my wide angle lens camera.
If anything, the Chinese are using a better rectilinear lens because they're keeping the straight lines straight.
Oh, now they're using a lens.
We like their lens, the Chinese.
Yeah,
don't like the Himawari though. We don't want that. But the other one, the Chinese are definitely not disabled.
We believe them. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out to Gas that the picture he had up with his straight lines, you could actually see on the right-hand side of the picture or the footage or whatever it was curving away from the line. It was very slight, but you could see it. So you've put the red line up on the screen and said, "See, it's flat." But actually, if you actually look at it, it wasn't. And I'm happy for you to show us again.
Oh no, I don't think I can look at that again.
Well,
I'll put it up if you want. But look, the thing is this kind of pointless because he'll just say, yeah, it's distortion. He'll change his mind and say that it wasn't a perfectly straight lens anymore because now he needs it to not be. So,
agreed. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out. And also the difference between the two images were vastly different. One was evidently higher than the other. You could see much more of the surface of the Earth. Obviously, if we look out of our window now, objectively, it looks flat. That's because we're not looking from a height in the same of the same altitude as the other picture. So, we can go on about these sort of things for ages, and as the host says, talking about different lenses and that kind of thing. But the reality is, we know that as boats get about 3 to 4 miles away, the bottom of their boat seems to disappear. We know that stars in the northern hemisphere rotate around the north, the celestial pole anti-clockwise, and vice versa in the south. We know that aircraft can be tracked mile per mile, minute by minute on apps like Flight Radar. And when they go over any point on Earth, we can look up in the sky with our own eyes and see them right above our head. So no one is lying to you. The only lies that you're listening to are your own peers that also believe or think or are gaining money from Patreon and that kind of thing in suggesting that the Earth is flat. And it is that simple, Gas.
Well,
and I believe the last time we spoke, Gas, I thought you said the sun was 22 miles wide. Do you still think that's the case?
I think I said 32 miles.
Okay,
I thought it was 33.
So you think the sun is 32 miles wide, yet when it goes away from the UK and lights up the US, who are 5 to 6, 7, 8 hours behind us, you think that we can still see the majority of that go, despite it only being 32 miles wide?
No,
does that even make sense?
I'm not saying I believe that. I'm saying that's what was put out there.
But you either believe it or you don't.
It's a smaller sun.
You either believe it or you don't. So do you believe it or not?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. So how do you know that the sun isn't, in fact, millions of miles wide and 93 million miles away? How do you know that's not the case?
Well, because of
actually, Gash, that's a good point because Neil deGrasse says it is. So what he says goes, according to you. So he says that's how far away it is. He's done the maths.
No, I've told you, I'm using him as a hostile witness here.
Yeah, but Gas, how can you say, the sun's not 93 million miles away? I don't know how far away it is, but it's definitely not 93 million miles away.
Mm.
Well, look, we can.
I can answer for you, Gas.
It doesn't work. It doesn't support you.
I know why. I know why Gas won't give you a distance to the sun because he knows then it's falsifiable. So he just pretends he doesn't know, and then it's not falsifiable.
We can prove it wrong. Exactly.
All right. So look, you guys can do maths. You can figure out height.
Why don't you do the math?
Because I'm not bothered about the height.
Is anybody not in it? Because Hasselblad's requesting, I'm going to go down soon. Says, anyone want to drop down and let him up? Or
right, look.
I'm not going to kick anybody, but if anyone wants to go.
I'll drop
Show
down.
some math and then I'll drop down. How's that
This is
sound?
how you would measure
Or that.
the height to the sun.
I'll show some math and then I'll drop down.
Okay.
If the sun is 33 miles, we should be able to take a camera. We know the focal length of the camera. We can
Draw
be
a
able to
triangle.
determine. We should be able to determine the angular resolution of that 33-mile wide sun, and then we can determine how far away it is.
Okay, so here's some math. I asked, what would the distance to the horizon be from 55 miles in altitude? There's all the calculations. I verified that it's the right formulas. We get 662 miles distance to the horizon. The circumference of a circle with a radius of 662 miles, as gas pressure was showing, those concentric circles, the circumference of that circle is 4,160 miles, and a 90-degree arc of that circle. So a quarter of the circle itself, easily encompassing the viewing angle of humans, certainly. Right, a 90-degree arc of that would have a length of 1,040 miles. 1,040 miles. And the amount of degrees of curvature you would expect in there is 15 degrees of curvature. That's precisely what we're seeing from that altitude. So,
but in these
so
images
gas pressure, you're stating that, hey, we don't expect to see curvature from that altitude is flatly wrong. And I use that term affectionately. It is flatly wrong.
Yeah,
your math, which you didn't show, is completely wrong. My math right here tells me what I should expect.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Let him respond. I'm
day.
interested to hear his response to that.
Well, all I'm just going to say is that the observations that I show, which is a straight line for 2,000 miles, shows no obstruction between the 2 points. So that means from one end to the other end, there's nothing in between the 2 points of 2,000 miles.
And I showed an observation that exactly counters that.
Yes, because of the camera.
Okay, so why isn't yours because of the camera?
What do you mean, why is mine because of the camera? It's just
why isn't yours the way it is because of the camera?
Because the camera that they're using is showing you how it really is.
Okay, what camera is it?
I don't know.
Okay, so you have no idea what camera it is, but you can conclude that that is the camera that captures reality at its finest.
Just a normal camera, yeah, just like a normal everyday camera.
A normal everyday camera.
Wait. The Chinese built a massive technology-driven space station, and they went to Best Buy and they bought a normal everyday camera and slapped it on the side of the space station.
Josh, welcome, Josh. By the way, Josh. Okay, next time you go and get a new camera, just go into the shop and say, "I just want an everyday, regular one, please." That's all I want. Just give me one of them.
I'm done. I'm done allowing gas pressure. I'm done allowing gas pressure to prove how disingenuous he is. Once again, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Cheers, Fuzzy. Take care.
It's weird, guys, because all you got to do is Google this shit and it pops up. What's the field of view of that camera that you're showing? Do you know?
No.
What, his original? Are you talking about his original footage thing that he showed?
Yeah. His Chinese space station thing.
All right, yeah.
Do you have no idea what the field of view is? I mean, you should be able to tell just by looking at it.
No, I have no idea.
Okay, it's 180 degrees.
Okay.
Which is an insane fisheye lens. So what's happening there is it's a 360 camera, and they unwrap it and put it on a flat screen. That's why it's doing what it's doing. A little bit of Googling just completely destroys your whole entire concept.
Yeah,
they're using a wider lens than the ISS ever has on the exterior.
Yes, that would curve everything in the image, not make things straight.
Not if you unwrap it.
What do
you simply don't understand photography, and you're also a troll. So
and you're
I wouldn't
also a bad
expect you to.
I have to agree with Hasselblad. I've been under the impression that gas pressure is a genuine troll for some time. I think he just does it for shits and gigs.
I think so too.
If he is, he's a very invested troll. Like, he's been doing it for a very, very, very long time, and none of the flat earthers think he's a troll. So,
yeah, I mean, there's a reason you don't find him on YouTube. There's a reason he left and changed
screaming or calling you guys names and putting you down.
Guess, did you not jump up into a box the other day and tell me I was a bad parent? Don't go on and on about you never calling people names.
Yeah, that's what you. That's
we
what
have it on recording.
Was said. Yeah, it was said that you are.
No. You said you're a bad parent. Gene says you're a bad parent. The first words out of your mouth is "you're a bad parent," which came out of your mouth. Now, I don't really give two shits what your opinion of me is. But don't go on and on about you never calling names. That's just dumb. As usual, everything you say is a lie.
And usually when children go through that, it's because they've been through trauma or abuse.
Oh, so now you're calling me abusive? You piece of shit.
I'm saying that when children do things like that,
come say it to my face. Come say it to my face. You would never say it to my face
because they've been through trauma.
Gas, why would you? Gas, why would you?
Through trauma?
Why would you say that to someone, Gas, over a fucking because you don't like them because they disagree with you over the shape of the earth? Why would you start talking about?
I'm saying that's what people are saying out there. That he's a bad parent.
Why would you say that to him? The people are saying. Who's saying that then? Your flat earth friends.
Yes.
Well, then why the fuck would you listen to him?
We have it on recording.
Yeah, I was merely repeating what someone else said.
No, they were your words. You said you are a bad parent.
Gas.
Do I need to play the video again?
Gas, I could repeat so many things I'm told about you, but out of respect, because I don't know if any of them are true, I don't repeat them. Shall I?
Okay. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't bother me. Well, people can say whatever they want about me. I'm a flat earther. I get lies. I get all sorts of things. I'm a target, right? So I expect all of that. It's not going to water off a duck's back.
Well, I don't know. I see a video the other day of you failing to explain sleazing on some woman in DMs and pretending.
Taken out of context, that was, yeah.
Pretending that you wasn't being sexual. You was.
Yeah, that was taken out of context. I was just simply talking about debate topics, discussions, favorite position on a topic.
Favorite position on a topic? You're trolling. Fuck off.
Well, she has different topics. She has abortion.
You can't have a genuine conversation.
What's your favorite position on a topic?
He's a troll.
Yeah, she has different topics.
I gave it away.
Favorite position.
Let's go have sex on the beach, which is a drink, according to him, and talk about our favorite position on the topic of flat Earth. And that's exactly what that conversation was about.
Things like his abortion, anti-abortion, against abortion, things like that.
Weird how abortion never came up in that DM.
Have you got kids, Gas?
He has different topics. Like I said, different types of topics.
Have you got kids, Gas?
Taken out of context, that was.
Gas, have you got kids?
Why?
I'm merely asking. You don't have to necessarily give me a truthful answer.
I'm just asking why. Why?
Because I feel like someone who is regularly judging other people's parenting, as a bare minimum, should generally have kids.
No, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying that's what the talk
you don't
about,
have.
that he's a bad parent.
No, you totally judged. Are you kidding me?
I mean, whatever you do, it's entirely up to you. But I'm saying out there, people are saying Josh is a bad parent.
And my kid's been through trauma, as you just said, right?
Well, I'm saying that usually means that they've been through some type of abuse.
And in your vast experience of checking people onto the underground, how are you qualified to judge who's been through trauma? No.
Look, I just read about it, right? Why do people...
Oh, you just read about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess maybe you should keep your mouth shut a little more often because your hatred is showing.
There's no hate here. It's just simply pointing out that...
No, it's hatred. It's hatred. Perhaps if you wouldn't come on lives and spew the things you spew, both in anti-LGBTQ lives, misogynistic lives, flat Earth lives, maybe people wouldn't hold the opinion of you that they hold.
Well, people shouldn't host topics if they don't want opposition.
Apologies, I had a phone call.
Hey, yes.
I am the opposition.
Hold on. Who's this new person? I don't know. Pipe someone. Hello.
Yes, you just repeat what you hear without confirmation is what I'm understanding.
No. I've been out there to the beach with a camera to see if objects are hidden.
I'm referring to what you're saying about Hasselblad. I'm referring to the comment you made about Hasselblad.
What about it?
Just repeat what you hear. You don't confirm. Are you biased?
Of course.
I'm just saying what I heard. What's the big deal?
Give me the big box, please.
I think it's kind of a big deal, Gas. You shouldn't really talk about people's kids and stuff and start getting into their fucking parenting and stuff like that. I think that's bullshit. You shouldn't do that.
Right.
Especially if you don't have kids. Especially.
Yeah, give me the big box for like 2 seconds, because this dude's completely disingenuous.
Okay, what are you going to show though? Because I don't want to get the live taken down. If we're going off topic,
no, it's from your TikTok, sir.
Me?
It's not going to get it taken down. Yeah.
It's a screenshot of your page, dude.
Okay.
If the chat don't block it, globetards are the dumbest pond scum. That's all I needed to show.
Oh, well, yeah.
Dude, you're a damn troll.
Yeah, I think you wrote that in one of my comments.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you're a damn troll.
Exposing the globe lie and bringing the enclosed system, the flat Earth truth to the masses, the public, and we've been doing a great job because the numbers have risen.
Not really.
There's more flat. The numbers. There are more flat Earthers today than there have ever been. All over the world.
Prey on the weak.
Possibly.
The only proof you have with that is that we're getting closer to idiocracy being a real thing.
What's happening? What's happening with the actual leaders of Flat Earth, though? What's happening with those people? Because Witsit can't make out what he is anymore. Jaron's left. The other lady from Globebusters has left, and they've recruited Lisbeth, who's also went to Antarctica.
Now we can focus on who are the real Flat Earthers and can move this forward.
Oh, no true Scotsman. Okay, got you.
No, they were probably flat earthers, but they violated the flat earth, code or whatever it is you want to call it.
Violated by gas! Like a cult?
I do like how Gas ran away from his original claim of the Chinese space station showing flat Earth and being shown what the field of view of that camera is. So
yeah, why didn't you want to talk about that?
He ran really quick.
Well, I did try to answer it. I said if it was a 360 camera or a 180 camera, I looked at them, it shows everything curved.
Unless you unwrap it and put it on a 2D screen.
Sorry, did he just say something about a flat Earth code?
All right, fine. Let's have a look at being unwrapped. Let's have a look. Show us, expert. Let's see what you're talking about.
Yeah, your evidence.
Oh, you're gonna waffle on. You're gonna waffle and waffle. You're gonna waffle on. Can you show us then what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was your evidence. Go ahead and bring it up again.
Let's have a look.
Put it on the screen again.
I'll put it up one more time for you, Gath.
No, I'm saying show us where it starts as curved and then it gets unwrapped. Let's see that.
You want me to show the guy?
Let's show you what you're talking about. So taking
so
an image.
You want me to be in the editing bay?
No, just get a 360 image and then unwrap it.
I'm just showing the claim of the Chinese space station. So is the Chinese space station lying or telling the truth when they say
what he's talking about? So surprised. What a surprise.
Yeah. So is the Chinese space station...
I'll have sauce waffle.
Gas,
yeah.
Gas, you don't know anything about he knows more about your evidence than you do. You can't refute. You didn't even know what camera that they used, and you presented the evidence. Look, that's flat. That's good enough for me. And you're, and he's now.
All he has to do is hear someone say it, and he'll.
180 field.
They're just showing a camera of the Earth. No big deal.
Yeah, do you see how it says panoramic camera that captures video in that rectangular projection, 180 degrees, allowing it to see behind the camera. It can see behind itself. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do we need to look up the field of view of fisheye lenses? I mean, we can do that and have a comparison and see if a fisheye lens is less than 180. Here, let's do that. I'll do that for you right now.
Guys, I've just got to go, but Gas Pressure, you are a disgrace.
So you're showing, what space station was that? Let's have a look again.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hold on, I'll bring it back up.
The Tiong.
Yeah, that's the Chinese space station. Yeah. So now we'll look up the field of view of a 10 millimeter lens. FOV 10 millimeter.
Josh, you know this is a complete waste of time. I know for everyone watching.
At least it's fun for the chat.
Yeah.
So the field of view of a 10 millimeter lens is typically between 105 and 110 degrees. Yet their camera is 180 degrees. So it has a much wider field of view than a fisheye lens. I mean, we can go down, but let's see what the field of view of an 8 millimeter lens is.
Yeah, so show the part where you're saying it's been unwrapped.
Yeah, the evidence was, so they're using an 8 millimeter lens. which is
Yeah, but where
180
does it say that they
degrees.
unwrapped the image?
Yeah. It's gas.
Yep.
The evidence is your video itself.
Yeah, but
If
where
you
does it
don't
say-
know how to analyze, photos at this point, you've been doing this for 11 years. You should be able to do this at this point.
Yeah, but where does it say what you said?
The fact that the camera they use is capable of seeing behind itself. What does that tell you?
Yeah, but
if it can see both in front of itself and behind itself, what does that tell you?
No, you need to look up China Shenzhou camera and show that it was doing what you just said. So the China Shenzhou 14 astronaut spacewalk, the camera that they used, yeah.
Okay. Let's
Steve made
go
the same
down.
mistake yesterday. He showed a different spacewalk, so different time, different camera. So just show that they unwrapped it, and then I concede. No big deal. Gone quiet, silence. Are we waiting? Are we looking for something?
I'm reading, dude. So is this Shenzhou? Is it the space station?
And this was the Shenzhou, China's 14th completed second spacewalk.
Okay, is that the space station?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't know what it is.
You don't even know anything about your.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure if it is or it isn't.
So the Shenzhou is the capsule that attaches to the space station. You dingus.
Okay.
So they don't do a spacewalk. They don't do a spacewalk out of the capsule.
No,
they take the capsule to the space station.
The title of the video
where the camera is. The
title
camera
is
we are
called
talking
China
about is the
Shenzhou.
one I showed.
No. I'm talking about the
Yes.
the Shenzhou 14 astronaut spacewalk.
Yeah, so Shenzhou 14 is like saying Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a mission
Yes.
to the space station.
So which camera?
The camera on the space station is a panoramic camera. What are you not understanding?
Yes, but I want you to show the camera they used for that day.
I did.
Well, then show
it's
that
attached to the outside of their space station.
Show that
it's
they
a
unwrapped.
camera
You said
with
they
over
unwrapped it.
180 degree field of view.
You said they unwrapped it. Can you just show where they said they unwrapped it? That's all. That's all I'm asking for.
Gas, if the camera is capable of seeing behind itself,
so you
what
can't
does that
show
tell
that
you?
then, yes.
What does that tell you? Do we need to
can't
call
show what you said
Steve
happened.
and see how Steve feels about this?
You can't show what you said happened, yeah? It was your claim.
I don't know. Maybe Steve has all the answers, Gas.
Well, funny thing about that, yeah, it didn't have to have been Steve. There were 10 people down there. There should have been at least
could have been Paul?
5.
Could have been Paul?
They
What
should
about
have had
Johnny? Could it have been Johnny?
You
They should have
didn't,
had a
Gas,
person-
again.
You went on and on and on about Steve forever.
You
so.
didn't
They
even
should have
watch
had
the
a
live
person
streams they
each.
did do, Gas. So what would do?
But there were 10 people down there. They should have 10 calls to the north at the same time, or minimum 3 people, and say, look, guys, we're all on the phone call at the same time. Here's the sun. Not one of them made a call back to the mainland.
Wait, I thought it just needed to be Steve. Now it has to be a minimum of 3 people.
Well, because I'm saying that you're moaning about Steve didn't answer, Steve did this, did that, whatever. There could have been a backup call, another backup call to prove what they're
Your
doing.
evidence is
That wouldn't have
always
made any
hilarious.
difference. Yeah, they've already filmed live streams. They've had cameras filming cameras doing stun 24-hour. You don't believe any of it. Jaren's got a chest cam that he filmed loads of evidence on. You don't care. So what
Yeah, but
difference the fuck would it have made?
the purpose was those guys are plants. So if they change their mind,
yeah, obviously.
well, let me explain. They've got
Your
no-
community voted for them, by the way.
But what I'm saying is, let's say Jaren, Witsit, Lisbeth, all of them turn to the globe.
Yeah.
Then it means nothing has happened because the people like me down here are meant to change their minds off the back of
People
that.
without the balls to do anything.
There are no flat earthers down here that have said, do you know what? I'm now a ball earther.
Yeah.
No flat earthers have done that.
Yes, they have.
Glover, or flat earthers don't believe in critical thinking and independent research. They only care about what the masses.
What about the host of Globebusters, the lady that said that now she can't believe that the Earth is flat anymore, so she's quit Globebusters and been replaced by Lisbeth? What about her? She didn't go.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Like I've just said, if the people who are
she was a plant as well, was she? All this time.
Yes, that's how you lead the opposition.
Yeah.
By having opposition.
What a great argument you have.
You take down an organization from within, not from without. So you need people on the inside to try and bring it down. They tried, they failed.
But Riz,
still here.
But Riz,
so really, y'all are in search
Flat
of the
Earth
truth.
is an organization.
So you're not really in search of the truth, guys. You just want to be part of a cult.
You
the second somebody realizes the truth, you outcast them.
Yeah, exactly. Cult. That's a cult. You actually used Riz as an example last time I spoke to you and said if Riz had gone, you'd have believed it. Well, Riz is now a globe earther, and you've just said no one becomes that unless they're a plant.
Riz changes his mind like the weather changes. Right. He's a flat earther. He's a
not none then. So not none then.
Yeah, but can you really include Riz? He was a globe flat earther.
You literally used him as the evidence you would have accepted. That's what you said. I've literally got it.
I said someone like Riz. That's what I mean. Someone like who was down here.
Someone that changes their mind all the time.
Yeah, someone who makes the argument. He would have put his phone on and said, look, guys, I can see this. He'd have come on TikTok and say, look, guys, here's the sun, 12 o'clock. There could have been no arguments, all right?
So someone like Riz.
Why didn't we just send Gas with Steve?
Gas wouldn't go ever to do anything.
Because only Masons, you have to be part of the brotherhood or sisterhood to get down there. It's like the moon mission.
What, Lisbeth?
The sisterhood?
Yeah, you can't.
You know, the Masons is just a male thing, right?
So prior to Antarctica, you would get met with military guys, right? But now you have to be part of a brotherhood.
Yeah, there are no normal person has ever been down there and said, look, here is the sun. It has to be part of. That's why they make it so difficult for the normal person to get down there. You can't just go to Antarctica.
How did Lisbeth go down there?
Yeah. You could just crowdfund.
She's part of the sisterhood.
What sisterhood? What sisterhood?
Sisterhood of the
I
Travel.
wonder what.
She's part of some sisterhood.
She is a sisterhood.
I don't know which, but it's some sisterhood.
I wonder what Lisbeth's favourite position on the topic is. That's what I want to know.
Exactly. So the point is, no one normal, no one regular, no civilian is going down there without the checks and the bounce.
Oh, they were military. They were part of the sisterhood of the military or something.
Part of the brotherhood, part of the sisterhood, part of the fraternity, some part of order. That's the only way you would get to go.
Does that make them non-civilians?
This is mental gymnastics. Do you not understand that, Gas? You're literally reaching.
Yeah, but they could have just proven it. By A, 24-hour live stream. B, making that phone call. They didn't do either.
It doesn't matter what they would have shown you.
It would have mattered.
Figure out a way to talk your way out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Gas is a flat earther. Who is flat earther here?
Oh, hello,
Gas,
mate.
right?
Well, just talk over everyone. Introduce yourself. Why not?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say
flat
that
earther is gas
flat
pressure.
Flat earthers have their heart in the right place because there is a conspiracy. They want to deceive you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, right, Gas?
You've blown me away with that one.
I don't think that
behind all this flat earth stuff, there is a hidden message that Jesus is God and we were going to be free from you.
From me?
The dudes. The dudes who control banks.
Weird.
The dudes who want to deceive us, who want to be our master, who want to be made us their slaves.
So the people deceiving us never mention the Bible or anything?
I'm sorry,
the dudes. I'm saying the dudes. You know who I'm saying? The dudes who control the banks.
Oh,
you know.
So a little anti-Semitism never hurt anybody in the morning, right? The dudes who control the banks. Who controls the banks?
Right.
Who controls the
Flat
banks?
earthers know. Flat earthers have their
why don't you say it with your full chest?
Jesus is God. We are going to be free. You can't slave us.
Don't show your anti-Semitism. Don't do it.
I'm not going to say it.
Can I just ask, before we go way off onto other... I'm not going on to those topics. Right, whatever. Wait, you, shut up a minute up here. Right, oh, he's fucked off. I didn't
I
kick
mean,
him.
his name is an anti-Semitic name.
I was just going to ask him. I don't know whatever anyone else's beliefs are. They're controlling us and all this. I always wonder what the shape of the Earth has to do with that. And nobody
That's what I was
can
about to
ever
say.
tell me that.
Because it discredits the Bible. That's the goal. Because the Bible says the earth is still. The Bible talks about a covering, and the Bible says we're stamped out like clay.
So Gas, if they're
Right?
trying to hide,
Let me finish. Hold on, I'm trying to answer the question here. So, if they can discredit the Bible without discrediting the Bible, they can get people to turn away from the truth. That's why they do it.
So if they discredit the Bible, why do they read the Bible to everyone? Like
Will Duffy
millions.
is a pastor who believes that the earth is.
Well, there are 2 billion Christians. What do you mean?
Not to mention these politicians are openly.
There are 2 billion of us. What do you mean?
2 billion of us.
8 billion people on the planet. What are you
There's 8
talking
billion.
about?
What are you talking? I don't get your point.
So, yeah, during Apollo 8, they read from Genesis to the entire world. If they're trying to hide God, why would they read from Genesis on the way to the moon?
Yeah, they are allowed to read scripture. Doesn't mean they believe in it.
Oh, okay. So they're not. They're trying to hide it by putting it out in the
No,
forefront.
because to
That's
be a
weird.
Mason, you can't be an atheist. You have to believe in something. You can believe in Buddha, Islam, Christianity, something, but it has to be a perverted, twisted version of that belief.
No, wait. They just read from the King James Bible. Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. They read the entire chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that if they're trying to hide it?
Well, I've just told you.
No, you said you
Your
believe
answer
in
makes no
something. You're not
sense.
saying how they're hiding it when they're putting it out in the forefront.
No, they're trying to discredit the Bible.
How are they crediting it by reading it?
Because as a Mason, you have to believe in something.
How is that discrediting it? It's weird how you can't answer questions.
Because I don't see your point.
It's because you're a troll. But
yeah, just like you're a bad parent.
Oh, you just think I'm a bad parent. Thanks for saying it with your full chest.
That's what the talk is about. That's what the talk is.
So Gas Pressure, you just said, I just think you're a bad parent when we're talking about
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what the talk is about.
Yeah, Gas, you're a piece of shit.
Really low, Gas.
Yeah,
Irrelevant.
you're a bad parent.
Hello, new person.
Can I please ask, as far as reading the King James Version, did they say anything about the firmament?
Yeah, they actually read that part on the way to the moon. But biblical scholars know that the firmament means expanse, skies.
Or the sky, yeah.
Actually, it was changed after the moon landing.
No, it wasn't. It's always been
Actually, no, it
translated
wasn't.
from Rakia.
The
and
Hebrew
word-
version is, for firmament is sky. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is another area where they use it, and it is speaking of a hard, like a hammered out. It's actually talking about something solid.
Anastasia, should we go with the original version if we're going to use this as evidence, or the translated version?
Well, I would need to go back and look and see which areas it can be translated, because I agree. There are places where firmament is discussing the expanse, and then there are other areas whenever it's actually, like whenever it talks about how during the flood that the windows were opened, the windows weren't open in just an open sky. It's already open. That's like the expanse. But
So
they
there's
were-
windows up there now. That's what
Well-
we should believe. There's windows.
There are all kinds of cultures that talk about the flood, and
I
yes, that we had extra.
Don't care about all kinds of cultures. I care about empirical evidence for things.
You don't think that
Okay,
the
well,
windows
I-
being open was a way to explain that it was raining so hard that it just wouldn't stop?
Yes, I mean, how else do you get a flood? It is
Not
the
like
waters
there's literal
above and the
windows.
waters below.
So how do we determine when the Bible is being literal versus using metaphor and parable?
Oh, I can answer that. It's all literal.
Oh, it's all,
except for whenever they use language that is meant to be taken
Okay, so how do you
otherwise-
determine when that is?
Oh, you can tell. I mean, if you go back,
I'm
and you
asking
see-
how.
Well, I can't go back into all of that. I mean,
Is there like a beacon in the Bible that says, "Hey, this is not literal. Take it as metaphor. This is literal." Don't
okay,
take it
so
as
let's
metaphor."
say in our common speech during any kind of a day, when we're talking, if I say something like that is very literal, we know that it's literal. If I use some satire, you're going to know that it's satire, unless maybe.
How am I going to know? That's what I'm asking for.
Okay, if I say I'm starving and I'm 20 pounds overweight, we know I'm not starving.
Okay, how do I know you're 20 pounds overweight?
If we're in, okay, that's fine. So I see where this is going. I did want to come up here because there was somebody in the comments that said that the Bible does not say anything about the earth being flat. And the entire Bible talks about the earth being flat. Now, some people will misuse that. There's
What
mention of
chapter
the
and
circle.
verse says the earth is flat, please? Where does it say
There's
the
actually
earth
only
is flat?
there's actually only the word flat is only in the Bible one verse. Can you tell me what verse that is?
Well, okay, so let me look and see. We have the firmament, and I'm sorry, I have a lot going on in my world.
Firmament.
No,
But,
I'm just asking. Can you tell me what verse in the Bible actually uses the Hebrew word for flat? There's only one verse in the Bible that actually uses the Hebrew word for flat.
I would have to come back to that, but I do have some information here about the firmament.
What about the four corners of the earth? Can you,
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
like
four
Arizona,
corners?
New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. I've been there. Pretty cool.
North,
Four
east,
corners is
south,
quite
west.
cool.
So what is the four corners of the earth? Can you explain that one? Since you want to use verses, right? I mean,
Again, I would have to look at my notes. I have notes on all of this, and it would take a little bit of time. But
It's weird that this is your evidence that the earth is flat and you have to look it up.
you jumped up here to try to argue the flat earth, right?
I had the firmament up, and so yes,
But you're
apologize.
using the Bible as evidence. So come on, we're questioning you about the Bible, but you don't have the evidence to support it.
By the way, this is the one verse that has the word flat.
Hold on
It's
2
flat
secs.
Earth. The Bible supports a flat Earth enclosed system.
Oh my word! What? Look at it.
This is the only verse in the King James Bible that has the word flat in it. Talks about the walls of Jericho falling down flat. That's the only verse in the King James Bible that has the word flat in it. Only one.
I'm glad that you say that because a lot of people believe that the circle means that it's a globe.
This is the only one. Well, what word is used for circle there?
A circle is two-dimensional.
Yeah, but what word is used for circle in the Hebrew?
Okay, let me try to find that one.
Okay.
Again,
While you're doing that, I'm assuming you take the creation story very literally.
Oh yeah, she already said it.
Yes, and interestingly enough, I was not raised to.
Okay.
I was actually raised under the belief that you could interpret the Bible any way that you wanted to, that it was all figuratively,
Okay.
and
So
and all
the
that.
sun was created, the greater light, to rule the day. Now that sun never shows up at nighttime, right? Stays and rules the day.
The sun is always in the firmament.
Okay, but
I mean,
it stays and rules the day, right? The sun never shows up in your nighttime, does it?
Correct.
So the greater light rules the day, and then the lesser light was made to rule the night. Now, how come, if that's to be taken literally, how come the moon spends half its time in the daytime instead of ruling the night like it was supposed to?
It cannot rule the night over the sun.
But it's supposed to rule the night. It's
The
supposed to
sun
rule
is
the night.
stronger. The sun
The
is
lesser
stronger.
light, but the lesser light was made to rule the night. Literally.
Where does it say that it was made to rule the night? Because
the lesser
we
light
don't-
to rule the night. This is the King James Bible.
Okay.
And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
And what is your point with that?
Well, if this is to be taken literally, why is the moon spending half its time in the daytime instead of ruling the night? The sun doesn't do that. The sun stays out of the nighttime. The moon seems to encroach on the daytime.
Stronger. The
moon
sun is
tends to
stronger.
encroach on the daytime.
Yeah, but then what he's saying is it shouldn't be taken literal then, should it? Like you're saying you take the entire book literally, or there's something that you shouldn't
no,
take.
no, you're not proving anything with that.
So is this supposed to, is this verse literal?
No,
Is this verse literal?
what I'm saying is if you have a light that is greater than the moon, which it is,
to rule the day,
then it needs to, it cannot stay in at night because it would still rule
So how
over
come-
the moon.
no, how
So
come
the moon
how
can't
come the
rule
moon, right? But how come the moon doesn't rule the night? How come it spends one day of
because
a
it's the
month
lesser
in the daytime?
light.
But
Because
it
it's the
spends one
lesser
day a
light.
month in the daytime, disobeying God's order to rule.
No,
the
it's
night.
not. No, it's not.
It is.
So you think that the Earth is flat, right? Just let's put that out there.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, so why does the night sky in the northern hemisphere spin one way, and in the southern hemisphere it spins the other way? And also
perspective. That's perspective.
That's not perspective.
Also,
How can that be
if you-
perspective?
in the northern hemisphere, you see the moon one direction. As you travel down to the equator, it's on its side. As you travel down to Australia, it's upside down from our northern perspective. So explain that to me. Or how
You
come
just explained it. You said perspective.
it's not perspective?
It's not perspective.
You're saying the moon, right?
The moon appears
Right.
upside down in the southern hemisphere.
Okay, so do me a favor. Put
Put a six,
six
on the ceiling.
on the
You know,
ceiling.
someone's saying on the other side.
Put
It's
the
going to
number-
look like a 9.
write a number 9.
Yeah.
Put it on your ceiling.
Yeah, we've heard
Look
this
at
a
it from
million
one side.
times. The
It's-
problem
yes.
is you would see different sides of the moon the closer it gets to us. We only see one side.
Exactly.
Everyone only sees one side. You can't have a local moon and have everyone see one side.
Additionally,
This is
Why
like
not?
basic elementary.
Why not?
Additionally, how come I can see Polaris in the northern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere I cannot? I see the Southern Cross, the constellation of stars.
Yeah, because as you move
Why
away
is
from
that?
Polaris, it drops down in the sky.
How do we have two center
Because they're
of
exactly.
rotations? Why is there two center of rotations? Go ahead, explain
There
it.
isn't. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
There is. There absolutely is.
You need 3 observers in the south to locate at the same time.
No, you don't. No, you need 3
You need
observers
one observer
in the
to
south
look up in the
overcome-
skies.
Gas, that's
to overcome
ridiculous.
gas pressure's incredulity. You need 3 observers.
Ignore
But to actually
gas.
believe reality, you just need to understand that that's what happens.
Well, Steve.
So
Well,
this,
that monolith,
what?
that
Sorry,
monolith got above his head. 3 people in Australia, person in Australia, South Africa, South America should see the same star at the same time. That doesn't
Yes.
happen.
what's that
One
got to do with?
person,
What's that
one
got to
per-
do with the celestial rotations? What's that got to do with one in the north and
Absolutely
one in the
nothing.
3
south?
observers in the south, you should be able to see it at the same time.
No.
What's that got to
No,
do with the
That has
rotation?
nothing to do with the rotation.
There's a center of rotation in the north and a center of rotation in the south. One observer all by themselves can observe this. Explain how there's 2 centers of rotations, because if the stars are in the firmament and the firmament is a dome, like a bowl, an upside down bowl, please tell me how putting an upside down bowl on my table and rotating it is going to give you 2 centers of rotation.
Yeah, what's
The
it?
only explanation
Sorry,
is it's a
the lady
ball.
here. What's your name? I can't see your.
Just Anna's good. I have information here about the firmament and the words and the actual definitions. So if you are interested, Genesis 1 is Rakai, which means an expanded surface, and it is spelled Raquia. It's
Rakia.
7549. Now that it is a derivative of the root word rake, RAQUA, Strong's 7554, which means to beat or stamp, to beat out, as in beating out or spreading out a piece of metal. Okay, and then they go into the process and how it's used to beat out gold.
Anastasia,
Yes, you know how they beat out gold into threads for garments? Does that sound solid? Does that sound like an impenetrable dome? They beat out gold into thread for garments.
No, you're changing it.
It's the same word. It's the same exact word.
Using it for that, but that's not what is implied here. This is the
so because you assume it's not that. It's literally the same word.
Dome at our Georgia State Capitol in Atlanta, where they use that. Taking this literally, then, the firmament cannot merely be an expanse of space. Now then, going to the Hebrew definition, the Jewish Encyclopedia says the Hebrews regarded the earth as a plain or a hill, figured like a hemisphere swimming on water.
Okay, so can I just ask you, so do you believe that the firmament is Polaris in the center and all of the stars rotating around Polaris?
For the most part.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I get that. Right. So why is there another point of rotation in the south?
Because just as we know about the wandering stars, we don't know everything. We don't have the means to research.
So then how can you make a claim based off of that if we don't know everything?
Why do you not have the means to research?
Oh, we have limited research.
Why?
We have only so much equipment that we can
All you need is a person in the southern hemisphere to film it. That's it.
Then we have to trust the people that are in charge.
No, trust a friend in Australia. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
Go to Australia yourself.
Yeah, good travel. Yeah.
You see the moon upside down.
This is the southern hemisphere. It's rotating around this point here. This is the northern hemisphere. It's rotating the other direction around this point here.
Anastasia, I got a question. Do you believe that believing in the globe, like, deletes the chance of believing in God? Is that why you are flat Earth?
No, not at all. I'm 61 years old, and I can remember the quote-unquote moon landing. I do know what they tried to do. I do know what they tried to change with us. I saw changes happening. And
what did they try to do?
Okay, so as far as during that time period...
Wait. You were 5 years old?
Yes.
And you quote-unquote knew what was happening?
6 years old. Not
6 years old, and you knew what global scientists were trying to do to the masses at 6 years old.
Oh, keep talking over because that's how y'all keep going.
Go ahead.
Give me a chance.
So that's what you knew.
So, no, what I knew was that my parents always had Time Life magazines along with other magazines, and they kept every single one of those. They kept them in a hall closet so that we could do our copy and paste, our cut and paste projects, our collages for projects at school. There was a magazine that came out during that time period. I saw it for years. In there, and it was after the moon landing. It was when they started questioning God. They asked, is God alive? And, unalived. Is God unalived was the title of one, and then there was another that was actually it was an article, and
people have been asking that for millennia.
God is unalive. Well, but things changed.
People have been asking that for millennia.
100% with
How is this evidence against the moon landing?
How is that new?
Can you land this plane? Like, this is like you're monologuing.
So during that time period, because they keep changing what our past was, during that time period, they started questioning more and more about the existence of God. And they tried to say, but the astronauts believe in God because,
Anna, who started questioning more and more about God? You said they. Who's they?
Mainstream media. And then it was agreed that, the Bible is a nice little myth. And probably...
It's just like the elite, the cabal.
Okay, can I just say, a 3-minute warning? I'm going in 3 minutes. Anyone got anything else they want to say? Because I've been on it forever.
So Anastasia, I've been a professional member of the mainstream media for 28 years. Not once have I run across anyone that's trying to disprove God in the mainstream media, including myself.
Okay, well, we see plenty of times where they all say the same thing.
Perfect. Yeah, that's because the Associated Press is a thing. Those stories come from a group called the Associated Press that covers events so members of the media don't have to fly out to cover an event. So they get the story from the Associated Press and they read the story. They're reading the same story. That would be like me going to a church and saying, why does every pastor have the same story about Genesis? That's weird, because they're all reading from the same book. How is this evidence of anything? So far, all you have is feelings and stories. Do you actually have any evidence for the claims that you're making that either the Earth is flat or the moon landing was fake?
And it's almost like you think atheism didn't exist before the 1970s.
Oh no! Oh, I know that it did. My sister was always an atheist. My sister was always an atheist. 6 years older than me, always an atheist.
Okay, cool. Do you have any
believe that
evidence
as
for
you
the
get older,
flat
you
Earth?
notice more? You think as you're aging and growing, you're noticing more about what was going on around you? That's why maybe you're seeing these stories more often, because you're paying attention to them?
No.
Stories have always been here.
No. I've known these things since I was a child. I knew that there were atheists.
Do you have evidence for them? Do you have evidence for them? Not
So your
just
parents
feelings
did a
and
good
stories.
job of indoctrinating you.
And do what about the indoctrination?
I said your parents did a good job of indoctrinating you. If you knew these political and geopolitical concepts at 6 years old, apparently they were indoctrinating
I
you very
tried
well.
to explain to you that the magazines and the discussions that took place afterwards, there was
The discussions with your parents. Yes,
Anna, do you believe in numerology? Are you one of those people?
This was different than today's time. We actually, when we sat at the dinner table, my parents talked about current events.
I did the same thing.
I remember the Manson murders.
I'm only a few years younger than you.
Even though I was a child, my parents were talking about the Manson murders.
Okay, all right. I'm going to call a halt. Thank you, everybody, for jumping up here. Sorry if I've cut anyone off. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Anastasia, or whatever that's for being nice. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you, Josh, everybody, Brandon, and Pipe Person.
Webcasts.
Thanks,
Thank you for having
Mike.
us.
See you all later. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.